Hey, hello. How are we? Who says how are we? Fuck off with that pretentious shit. Anyway, yeah, happy New Year for the last time. I mean, it's now the 8th of sodden January, so I think we can. It's actually, you know what? Hang on a wee second. I've just noticed this virtual background. I'm going to turn that off. Back off. There we go. That's better. Yeah. I'm going to close my blinds, or not my blinds, close my curtains. Yeah, I actually noticed there's still some people with their fucking Christmas decorations up. What's that all about? I mean, we've been back to work for bloody weeks. Honestly, God. Anyway, I was helping somebody move house today. They said to me, they did ask me a couple of weeks ago, "Is there any chance a wee hand moving house?" Excuse me a second. Ah, lovely. Yeah, Sid James, awesome. So I said, yeah, not a problem. We'll help you move. Oh yeah, don't worry. Most of it's done. It'll only be an hour or so. 12 o'clock until fucking 6:30. So that's why I'm late. I had nothing to eat. Come on, Archie. Right, Archie, were you born in a bloody field? Close that door behind you. Back in a tick, guys. That bloody dog comes in. Honestly, look at the state of him. Archie, hoi. Doesn't he give a shit? Honestly, God. Right, I'm going to close that door. Hang on. Right, come on. Right, sit up there. That's it. We can try to do a live stream here, for God's sake. Yeah, look at the face of him, Archie. Hey, Archie, look! Stop licking the sweet. Look. um. Anyway, what was I talking about? So yeah, I was told it was going to be an hour and a half, and 6.5 hours later. So anyway, I'm going to stop complaining. So this is the first live stream of 2023. Hopefully you'll be enjoying my. Didn't they give me that look? Hopefully you'll be enjoying my video output. I have been doing a few videos. I've got a few in the pipeline as well, so I do want to try and get at least a couple out. The plan of my kind of channel, and I always say that you shouldn't have it too planned, because then it gets boring. But I think you do need to have a wee bit structure so that people kind of know what to expect. Friday waffle, that's a kind of given. This thing, Sunday stream, I will do this as long as I can be arsed, bothered. I can. People are enjoying it, and that's kind of it. I mean, the waffles will be alive from time to time. It just depends. It depends what I'm up to, what I'm doing, sort of thing. But I do want to try and get out a video, a recorded video on a Monday and Wednesday, hopefully, and then you've got the waffle on a Friday. So listen, I was kind of I was trying to figure out what to do tonight, and I thought, well, we all know that Roger Kean passed away, sadly. I am wanting to incoming call. What the hell is that? Sorry, excuse me, two ticks. What the fuck is that? Incoming call answer here. I have no idea what the hell that is. Right, that's some fucking shite. I don't know what that is. Fucking hell. Evening, Paddy. Ah, bollocks. Absolutely bollocks. What was I gibbering about? Yeah, Roger Kean passing away. So I thought, why don't we? It's what I'm going to do is, I know I've done this video before. I've done it in kind of two parts. I've done a read through, and what I'm going to do is we're going to read through Zzap issue 1, and then I'm going to play some of the games. So how's that? That's a wee tribute to Oliver Frey and Roger Kean. I think that'd be quite a nice thing. So, well, it wasn't actually. It was like an app saying answer phone 10 minutes ago. I don't know what the fuck it was, but anyway. Right, so let me just let me just I'm going to move him over there like so. Let me just dig out my right, magazines, Commodore Zzap magazine issue 1. There we go. Copy that there. Copy here. There we go. Right, so that is the plan. Let me. What I'm going to do. Right, I need to keep that there. Right, and I've got these here. So yeah, let's start. I'm just going to. I can hide that, remove from there, and then I want to do share screen. I think it's entire screen. I wonder if I just do window, what that'll do. No, we'll do entire screen because then you can get sound as well. Share. I do apologise. I realised that StreamYard is shite for sound. It really is. When I was playing some, like I was playing that Terry Hall song. It's terrible. It really is. I'm actually thinking of maybe starting to try and get back to using OBS because it is meant to be really good. It's just a lot more fucking about apart from that. But right, hide, and then we want to make this full screen like so. So hopefully you can see that. Pardon me very much. Should I have? Do you want some music playing in the background? Yeah, let's. What I'm going to do. I've got my my go-to 80s music, which I'm going to play. Right, why is that not coming up with a bloody volume thing? That's a pain in the arse. Yeah, we'll get some music playing. I meant to say the little oh, what's it called? The little tune that I have playing when you've got my face with a little timer thing. I actually got a copyright strike against that, believe it or not, a couple of weeks ago. So I don't know whether that's going to be. I mean, I've been using that tune for like best part of 3 years. Jesus. Right. 80s music. I'll hide that, and then we'll move one arm over there. In fact, wait a minute, can I do... It doesn't matter, we can just... Tell me if that's too loud. Hopefully that's not too loud. Right, okay. And make that full screen again. There we go. Right, so anyway, yeah, Zzap. Zzap. God, that's going to annoy me, actually. That's going to annoy me. Ah, wait a minute. What I can do, I can actually turn it down in my end. It's not going to affect. There we go. Yeah, you guys can hopefully hear that. Good stuff. Thanks, Brian. Anyway, listen, thanks very much to everyone that's dropped in tonight. I'll go until 9:30. I've got to work tomorrow, so I think we'll go to 9:30. Right, just going to narrow that down, move that over there so I can play a different tune. Right, anyway, yeah, Zzap 64. I'm not going to go into all the ins and outs of you know, Newsfield, whatever. I mean, I know that Crash was the first magazine. And then in 1985, they decided to release a magazine dedicated to the Commodore 64. Now, this particular issue here, I don't actually know where it came from. Somebody obviously has decided to write 23 across it. Came out in May 1985. I remember seeing this on the shelves of John Menzies, to be exact. tell you what, I'm going to... Can you guys see that all right? I wonder, should I make it? Wait a wee minute. Let me just... how do I come out of this? Continuous. I think that's what we want to do. Yeah, that's what we want to do. And then we want to go... we want to make it huge. If we do full screen, is that going to put it back to... yeah, that does that. So that's what I want to do. I want to just make it... is that better? Hopefully that's better. At least you can see it easier. Right, that's slightly too big. Says the bishop to the nun. Anyway, right. So yeah, here we go. Issue 1, 1985, May 1985, 95 pence. Bloody hell. You know what? I bought a big issue of somebody just before Christmas time, and I thought, I'll give them £5. I'll give them a nice healthy tip. And I said to the guy, how much is a big issue, mate? And he went, £5. I'm like, fucking hell. So I gave him the £5, and that was it. I felt a bit mean that I wasn't giving him a tip. Jesus. Anyway, yeah. Now, I think this was Ollie free. I'm trying to spot Ollie's signature. He usually signs it. I'm sure that was Ollie free, but what an absolute iconic first cover for Zzap. Interesting how a lot of games in the early days, they all they called it Elite 64. They always had the 64 at the end. I don't know why they did that. So let's have a wee look. 2 US Gold Games subscription offer. You know what? I'm actually thinking, evening John, I don't know whether I'm going to play games. What do you think? Right, I'm going to give you a sec because there's about a 20-second delay between me talking and you guys hearing it. Do you want me to play the games, or will I just read through Zzap? Let me know what you think. Will I enjoy some more of my juice? I'm happy to play some of the games. Alternatively. Right, that's fine, Craig. That's absolutely fine. So what have we got in this one? 50 pages of reviews. I'm not going to play every single game. I think we'll just play ones that we know are sort of good, particularly bad. The new Miner 2049, our pole position, Beyond's new Sizzler. Beyond's doesn't actually tell you the name of it. Super Huey, that was a helicopter sim. Mama Llama, less said about that the better. Cauldron, etc, etc, etc. Also inside, Staff of Karnath Solution, pages of playing tips, Minter, Crowther, the White Wizard, and £2,000 in prizes. And Rockford. I never really got the Rockford thing because I was a grown man when this came out. Is that? That's better. There we go. Now you can see it. A nice advert. That was a really good conversion of a bloody difficult game. Trip to the Space War. See, at least they weren't like bloody Ocean. They didn't charge extra for the Commodore 64 game, and when I spoke to Gary Bracey, he said the reason they charged more for the C64 games was because they thought that C64 owners had more money, therefore they could charge more, which is disgusting. I wonder what's there now. Incentive 54 London Street, Reading. There we go. On page 6 of the Big Crowther interview, Great Karnath Solution Elite is here. hailed as perhaps the greatest ever computer game when it appeared in the Beeb last autumn. The great 3D space game now hits the C64. Our 3-page review is the only one you'll see this month. That was quite a good interview. That key industry. In fact, this is one that's they interviewed. What do you call it? They interviewed some kind of bigwigs. I'm sure they interviewed Archer McLean as well. God bless him. The new Miner 2049er, Harry the Minter. Amazing words penned by the greatest animal lover of them all, followed by a chance for 5 people to win the entire range of 12 Lamasoft games for the Commodore 64. Lords of Midnight. It was not something I really never really got into these games. Pathfinder. That's a great game, which is actually deeper than a lot of people can give it credit for. Yeah, quite a few games reviewed. I'm not going to bother counting them. Shadowfire as well. There we go. Zzap number 2 on sale May the 9th. I'm actually surprised that Frankie Goes to Hollywood was getting advertised in this first issue. There again, excuse me, I don't quite know when Frankie Goes to Hollywood came out. Probably was 1985. There's Daley Thompson with his lovely hairdo. Never ever got into that game. Loved Daley Thompson's Decathlon. Is that the way I'm showing this, by the way? Is it all right? I know you're not really getting the kind of 2 pages together. Hang on, I'll get some more music. Street Hawk. Cheers, Colin. I think Gribbly's Day Out's actually quite an underrated game. I never really knew how to play it. I know you'll find that really hard to believe, but I didn't. I think I got a pirate copy of it actually. Tried it once and gave up. Now, the thing that you might not be surprised, but I was certainly surprised when I kind of revisited these magazines, was just how little colour they actually had. The only things that really had any colour were like adverts like this. The actual reviews invariably were black and white. You think 1985 would moved on from black and white, but no, it was obviously a lot more expensive to print games, to print colour. 3D Luna Attack and Heathrow International ATC. There we go. Yeah, Chris Anderson. Don't know. Is he still doing the rounds? I don't really know much about him at all. Welcome to the first issue of Zzap 64, the magazine dedicated to entertainment on the world's greatest home computer. Without being too immodest, we happen to think the magazine you're holding is going to cause quite a stir. Well, you're pretty much on the money there. Until now, Commodore 64 fun lovers in search of a good read have had to choose between the general game magazines and put up with boring stuff about Spectrums and the also serious Commodore magazines, and put up with pages of complex computer jargon written by unintelligible boffins. Simon, you're saying Frankie was impossible. Yeah, I would agree with LFC. I didn't really understand it, but it's meant to be. I know Lacosa said it's one of his favourite games. There again, he does like V, which I can't play at all. But no, Frankie. Good evening, Colin. Frankie Goes to Hollywood is a good game once you actually kind of get into it. Excuse me, it helps if you take the lid off, you twat. Thanks very much to all 27 people who have tuned in tonight. Right, where are we? Which is strange because by far and away the most common use of a C64 is running the superb games and entertainment software available for it. Zzap 64 is dedicated purely and simply to helping you get the most out of these programs. It should help you decide which of them are worth buying, and it should help you get more pleasure out of those you already own. It's a mag which we hope every 64 owner can understand, get to know, and come to love. We've had an amazing time putting this first issue together. Hope you have an amazing time reading it. See you next month. Yeah, I think that's magazines like this were game changers, because prior to these magazines being out, hang on, I'll just put another tune on. It was a question of going to John Menzies, going to your local computer shop, picking a tape up, having a wee look at it, and going, "Oh, the graphics look good. I'll buy that." And it was like tossing a coin in the air. You know, you really didn't know what you were going to be getting. So yeah, Zzap became the Bible. It absolutely did. John saying here, we had Pixel magazine here in Greece since 1983. English magazines were for sale in one place in big cities. The only one I have seen was Amiga Format and CU Amiga. No Zzap 64. So anyway, there you go. There's Roger Kean, Franco Frey. That was Oliver's brother, I believe. Chris Anderson, Bob Wade. Was it Bob Wade that didn't exist? Paul, you'll be able to tell me, was it Bob Wade who was the made-up person? I can never really remember that. One of the reviewers wasn't a real person. Gary Penn, Julian Rignall. This was before, I think Bob Wade left. And then Gary Liddon, he came along, I think about 6 months into the magazine. Lucy Anderson, Steve Cook, Ollie Frey, Dave Western, Gordon Bruce, Tony Edwards. What you will find in Zzap, page after page of ultra-detailed, up-to-the-minute reviews by our expert game-playing team on just about every new 64 game. A unique ratings and comment system designed to make crystal clear the game's strong and weak points. Yep, did that. Detailed playing tips, maps, and cheat methods on dozens of different games to allow you more enjoyment. I'm not going to read all that. There we go. How Zzap was born. Like most living things, Zzap 64 has parents. Its mum and dad are the magazine's Crash and personal computer games. It was Ma who started it off. Crash had an incredible impact on the Spectrum games industry during 1984 and sold like every month like hotcakes. So it was natural that the guys behind it would want to try and do the same for the 64. Late in the year, they printed an enticing ad, Editor Wanted. It was spotted by PCG's editor, who adored working in PCG, except it meant commuting to London from Somerset. Oh, Paul Sumner, yeah, he wasn't really. I never really got that why they made him up. The people at Crash were amused to receive his application, since it was he who had started a slang match with Crash at the start of the year. It was an unfortunate gossip item in PCG. There you go, cover by Oliver Frey. As a punishment, they ordered him to start working immediately on the new magazine. Thus, it was a drafty, tumble-down upstairs hideaway in an anonymous Somerset town became the new editorial office of Zzap 64. Finding staff to fill, it was made easier by a sad out-of-the-blue announcement from the publishers of PCG. The magazine's financial prospects for 1985 were said to be poor. It had to close. One of those put out of a job was reviewer Bob Wade. He agreed. Hang on, I'll just get the next one going. He agreed to get on his bike and move west, becoming the Zzap software editor. The other two main writers on Zzap were selected for their game-playing experience and expertise. Gary Penn had played just about every game ever released on the C64 and had a personal collection of several hundred titles. Julian Rignall was a computer and video games arcade champion of 1983 and the nation's top scorer on Defender. If I remember rightly, I think think it was, I remember seeing him getting presented with a prize, and I'm sure it was Dave Lee Travis that actually presented that. Ah, right. Yeah, right. Okay, yeah. Bob Wade. Yeah, he wasn't there for very long. I think, if I remember rightly, I think it was when they moved from London to Ludlow. That's when Bob Wade decided he couldn't relocate. So there you go. The Zzap ratings: graphics, sound, hookability, value for money, lastability, originality, and presentation. Don't worry, folks. We'll get into playing some games shortly. Always quite liked. I always thought it was interesting when you had the very first issue of a magazine, yet people wrote to it. How the hell can you write to a magazine that doesn't exist? Hi, I'm writing to you to ask if there are any like-minded entities out there who are fans of Jeff Minter, who want to exchange hints, tips, or just say what they think about his latest game. Would you please write to me? It's incredible to think 1985, and here we are. What's that? Is that fit? No, 40 years. That'll be in 2 years' time. It's 38 years ago, and there you are. Jeff Minter still making software. Mr. Gavin Sparky of Reading and Berks. I'm writing to tell you how pleased I am to have decided to do a magazine specifically for 64 gamesters. I don't care that PCG is dead, although PCG was the best games mag for the 64 at the time. There weren't enough reviewers for the 64, but this mag should put Crash collectors to shame. I have up until now envied Spectrum magazines, and especially Crash, for their games reviews, but now 64 owners need never be driven sick about specky magazines ever again. Yeah, a lot of them were shite. Dear Zzap64, it's great to see a mag for us 64 gamers at last. I'm sure it'll be great. I've got a few questions I hope you can answer. Is a Datasoft pole position the Atarisoft version under a different label? Is there likely to be a Crystal Castles out by anyone? Which is the best trackball to buy? Well, if anyone can find a trackball, let me know. Are there any or likely to be any alternative fast and or cheaper drives out? 1541s are old and slow, but like myself. Finally, a tip for anyone wanting to put all other micro owners in a state of shock. Let them play Aztec Challenge. The music on this game is unbelievable. In fact, when Spectrum owners hear this, they sulk for weeks. Thank you very much, Mr. Lyons from Huddersfield. Right, let's get the next. That tune is by my good old mate Mark Stoneham. Dear Chris, sad though I am to see the demise of PCG, I'm looking forward to seeing the first copy of Zzap 64. I've tried other 64 mags, but find most rather boring. As a mother with a full-time job, fucking hell. As a mother with a full-time job, a guide company, and various leisure pursuits, my computer provides much-needed relaxation and entertainment. Bloody hell, she's a keeper. Right, yeah, all these tunes coming up right now are all by Evening Ross. How are you, buddy? These are all by Mark Stoneham. This first one is called Calculating Ada. I use it purely for games playing adventures mostly, as I don't have time at present. Wait a minute, you don't have time to play, you don't have time to program, yet you've got time to play adventure games. Between guides, an A-level maths course, and guitar lessons, there's not a lot left. What about your kids you're talking about? I have a very limited amount of money for software, so find reviews not only interesting, but essential if I'm not to waste my hard-earned cash. Question for the White Wizard. Any clues for the Pettigrew Chronicles? I bought it without seeing any reviews. Well, there you go. That'll teach me. And though rather disappointed, we'll finish it someday. Clues on first cassette, please, as that's as far as I've got. Right. Anyway, let's try and. This is a excellent tune. I love this. Let me know if that's loud enough. Right, here you go. World's greatest games machine. Commodore Retail. Commodore is 100% committed to the 64 and will remain so for a long time into the future. It's a first-class machine and offers first-class value for money. The vast majority of people who buy it use it to run pre-programmed software, and no one can beat the vast range available for it in terms of quantity or quality. Yeah. You're obviously going to say it's good, mate. I mean, you work for Commodore. Oh, wait a minute. Is that Tim Cheney, or is that the other bloke? Right, I don't know. Who is that? Dave Tompkins, or is that Tim Cheney? Anyway, Tim Cheney of US Gold says the 64 is still the best machine to play games on. Here we have the task of converting 64 games onto Spectrum, and believe me, it's like drinking champagne and then drinking house wine afterwards. The 64's capabilities are far superior in sound, handling of colour, scrolling, everything. There's no mention of the SID chip. I mean, they say sound. I don't expect any immediate cut in the price of the 64. Commodore aren't panicking. They're not responding to the price moves around them. They're bigger than all their competitors. They should not follow. There it is. See what I mean about the black and white? There we go. In terms of the hardware, the 64 is clearly superior to the Spectrum. But I think the Atari machines have the edge on the Commodore. No, we don't want to hear that. The problem for Atari in the UK is that it didn't get the support of software houses. Well, yeah. On the 64, there's been some very exciting pieces of software, and I think there's more to come. The machine has already been stretched to its limits. Oh, that's a bit a bold statement to make, Mr. Stewart. It's already been stretched to its limits. Well, as we know, in 48 years later, 30 years later, that's absolute bollocks. I don't think the imagination of software writers has been. There we go. Tony Crowder, Graphics King. With his shocking blonde hair. Obviously, it's a good machine, but I don't think it's as good as Atari. Oh, bloody hell. I thought it was just Archer McLean that dissed the C64, but that's two people. I could never understand why the Atari died. It's the weirdest thing. I'll be looking at the new Atari when it comes out. The 64 is still not being stretched to its full. No one's approached its full capacity, me included. I've never been close yet. It's like the Spectrum. Everyone says you'll never beat this game. It's the best game ever. But next week you get one that's even better, that's rattled even more. You can't really get to the end of a machine. There we go. Like on Griffin, the test card routine at the start uses up 10k. I only put it in because the memory space was there. Andy Walker. Now, I was lucky enough to interview. Andy. Oh, was it last year? The year before? I think it was. Really nice bloke. There's still no doubt in my mind that the 64 hardware is still the best home computer hardware for games that exists. It's the fact that they have bothered with two special chips, the SID chip and the VIC chip. When you look at the screen capabilities, there's nothing to touch it. Take the screen speed of the Amstrad compared with the 64. Oh, I didn't realise Amstrad was getting a mention at that point. Cheers, Simon. Take care, buddy. As for the Spectrum, what can I say? It is is that still playing? I think it is. Yeah. Blackguard Goes to Hollywood. Did Tony Crowder do that one? I can't remember. Right, this next one tune is again by Mark Stoneham, and it's called Dark Matters. I'm just going to turn it up a wee bit because I can't actually hear it. Let me know if it's thing is, you know what, I would agree with them. I mean, I don't know whether the certain games work better on certain systems. I mean, there's games in the Spectrum that the C64 just can't touch. But for really, really super fast scrolling games like Drop Zone, certainly the Atari version is the better version. I mean, the C64 version is fantastic, but the Atari one's better. Right, we're not going to play games that were advertised. We're going to play games that were. Here we go. Do we really want to look at Elite? Yeah, let's have a look at Elite. Right, let's just quickly enjoy the screenshots. Last ability, 98%. Right, okay, what am I going to do now is I'm going to load up my Denise emulator. And I'm going to get my little collection of games here. Right, I'll just pause this for a second. Evening, Mark. How are you, mate? I don't remember there being music in this. How does this go full screen? How do we make this full screen? Is it Control D? Nope. So I don't remember. My Elite didn't have music in this. I don't remember this at all. Head to Ride Quote. Right, we'll try and give it a quick go. By the way, I can only play until 9:30, so we don't want to play too many Ride Quote. I think you just do. Is that it? And then F1. There we go. Oh, we just want to get the speed up. How do we get the speed again? And then hyperspace. Options full screen. Thanks, Colin. And I want to do that. And then if you press J, that kind of jumps. Right, and then as soon as a planet appears, or as soon as a spaceship appears. You know what? I mean, looking at this now, yeah, it is a flickery mess, but that didn't bother me at all. You bastard. I think it's... Right, okay, we're dead. Whoops, a daisy. What happened here? What happened? Well, it's there. Options. Full screen, there we go. Right, that was Elite, albeit briefly, but never mind. Right, let's get back to this. Two rich programmers, they are Ian Bell and what's his name, David Braben. Yeah, I think they had quite a big fallout at some point. Oh, sorry, I'll get some more tunes playing again. There we go. There you go. 64 version versus the BBC. The first thing to be said is that the game runs quite a bit more slowly on the 64. This is caused by a combination of the fact that the central processor on the BBC runs at a higher speed and that vector graphics are hard to program on the 64. However, we don't think this detracts significantly from the game. In fact, in actual play, the 64 graphics do not seem slow at all. You only notice the difference, or you only notice the difference by running the two versions side by side. However, if you've played the BBC version extensively, you'll probably find the 64 game has a different feel. We have 50 copies of the game to give away. What was it? Right, you need to try and find at least 40 words right out of Pathfinder. Right, okay, very good. Pathfinder, I could never really get the hang of this game. See, again, it's black and white. Let's give it a go. Right, we'll just pause that for a second, and let's load up Denise again. And yeah, that collection of games that I downloaded for the 64 are awesome. They're all cassette, they're all cartridge, and they're like instant loading, which is great. See, there is more to it than what happened here? How do I swap joysticks? I can't really remember much about this. I did buy this. I did buy this game, and I couldn't. It was too complicated for me. I'll tell you that Aldi's do some really nice juice. Right, let's just play it for a wee bit. See, I thought it was just a straightforward kind of shoot 'em up. You got to avoid that. You shoot it. You've got to avoid it. Now you will see. I'm going to start making more sort of 10-minute mashup games. But what I'm going to try and do, Evening Robert, what I'm going to try and do is actually play it for a wee bit before recording the video, so I actually can play it. I'm going to make sure I know what I'm supposed to be doing. So there's going to be no more not reading instructions. Great thing is, nice and easy to put out these kind of videos. Yeah, this is not just a straightforward shoot 'em up, but it looks like there is actually a lot more to it. Right, okay, that'll do. Excuse me. Come on, how do you get out? Options. Exit. There we go. Right, let's get back to the magazine again. Oh, get the tune playing again. Is it me, or do you never ever see Julian Rignall and Morton Hart? What's his name? Morton Harknett, whatever his name is. Lead singer of Aha. You never see them in the same room at the same time. First Zzap playing tips: keep your radiation down is vital, either with a de-radiator or by shooting the small crystals which oscillate above the landscape. Use the crystals as your main way of keeping radiation levels down. The supply of de-radiators are very limited and are only to be used in emergencies. Heavy metal is best used when your radiation levels are high and you're entering a red zone. Yeah, a lot more to it. Don't go into that game. Morton Harkett, that's the one. Thanks, LFC. Don't think that it's just a straightforward shoot 'em up, because it's not. There you are. Hang on, I'll move that over there. There you are. Look, that's the same. That's the same bloke. Seriously, look. Same bloke. Same hair. That's the same person. Fucking Julian Rignall, that. Right. Rockin' Bolt. Was this a game they absolutely panned? I got 67%. Yeah, the idea is to bolt iron bars together. Again, look at the black and white. I bet when you try and reminisce about Zzap magazine, you'll think to yourself it was in colour, and it's not. Most of it is actually black and white. Gary Penn didn't like it. Don't be seduced by the slick graphics and superb music. There's no real challenge. It's got superb music, is it? I want to load it up just for the superb music. Right, Rockin' Bolt. Right, where are we? Denise. Me too, Colin. That was the first I had a black and white TV for quite a long time, until I, until eventually I bought a colour TV in credit. Right, what am I looking for? Rockin' Bolt. If it's not in this... Oh, there we go, Rockin' Bolt. Right, I'm going to pause that for a second. In fact, that's almost finished. There we go. Right, let's listen to the fantastic music. It's interesting that Gary Penn thought, "Good evening, Dave, how are you, mate?" It's interesting to think that he thought that was fantastic music. They were about to get their socks blown off when Rob Hubbard came along. Right, we'll give this one quick go. Can't even remember how to play it. Have you got it? You've got to try and match the image down below. I don't think that's possible, actually. Have I done it? Have you got to make it in the same shape? I'm guessing you've got to make it in the same shape. Right, I think I've made an arse of this. Right, anyway. Let's move on. Right. Right, the next music track is called Electric Space, again by Mark Stoneham. Some of the tunes are based on like famous tunes. It's his kind of take on it. $61% expensive, but almost a really good game. Not quite enough variety. That's a game and a half. Mastery Magic. That is one mental game. I think they might actually review it. I hope they do review it in this magazine because I want to have a shot at that. That's when games are original. Again, nice colour advert. There we go, the fiendish bastard. That is Cauldron. That's a horrible... Well, I mean, if I say horrible, it's a fantastic picture. Bloody spider legs coming out of Cauldron. Again, I was lucky enough to interview, not once, but twice, Mr. Richard Leinfellner, who programmed this game. If you're quite new to my channel, I mean, I know a lot of you have been around for quite a long time. I don't mean that you're old fuckers. If you're new to my channel, it's maybe just joined my channel the last sort of maybe year. You have to remember, I've got about 1,800 videos. I've been doing this malarkey for about, coming up for 10 years. And there's a lot of stuff out there, you know. I don't just do streams. I have been making videos for years. Most of them are absolute bollocks. But anyway, there's a ton of stuff. So go into my playlists and you'll see stuff. There's loads and loads of stuff. Always thought about having, I think I started it and then I gave up, having a feature where I just pick out an old video that I made from maybe 10 years ago. But you guys are perfectly capable of finding out. Because the thing, here's the beauty of my channel. I don't look at modern stuff. Everything that I look at is old. So whether you're watching this now or watching a video that I did 8 years ago, it's irrelevant. At least the Spectrum and C64 versions were the same price. There we go. Had an interesting phone call from British Telecom the other day. Is that Zzap 64 they wanted to know? That's right, I said, the people at the back, the very back of your directory. But that's just the problem, said the lady. We can't put you in the directory. Our computer can't handle exclamation marks. I couldn't believe that, but it was true. BT, the multi-billion-pound pinnacle of British computerised telecommunications, and their computers can't punctuate. Come on, BT, get with it. Buy yourselves a Commodore 64. Oh, I think I remember this. The mystery of the altered cassette player. Here's an intriguing story, especially for anyone who's had trouble recently getting tapes to load reliably. You're not alone. Several software houses have admitted to me that they had serious difficulties earlier this year trying to get their fast loaders to work properly, and they pin the blame firmly on Commodore. The story they give goes like this. Shortly before Christmas, something happened to the C2N cassette player sold by Commodore. New models would no longer load certain fast-loading tapes reliably. When the software house's duplicators approached Commodore for an explanation, they were apparently told, eventually, that the Far Eastern company which supplied their latest batch of recorders had changed some of their components. Yeah, anyway, yeah, I do remember that. At the time, oh, this is big news at the time. Gremlin bounce back. Tony Crowther's departure from Gremlin Graphics depleted their 64 programming team, but they are bouncing back with a new title called Thing in a Spring. This game involves your thing finding 8 jigsaw pieces in a factory plagued by an evil goblin. Hang on, I'll get more tunes going again. This next one is called Fingal's Cave. No release date has been set for the game yet, but Gremlin told me that the lovable, bouncy character was like nothing previously seen in the 64. Also in the ways Monty on the Run, which I'm hoping to see around August time. There we go, Soft Aid, yep. The Commodore 64 version includes the excellent China Miner from Interceptor and Falcon Patrol from Virgin. I did buy that. It's actually some not bad games. Quo Vadis. That was a game, I think, was it something like, oh, there you go, I was going to say 2,000 screens, 1,500 screens. It's a bloody awful game. And apparently there's some golden chalisman or something you were to win, and they reckon that nobody actually won it. Oh, sorry, a solid gold scepter. Again, look at the black and white. Everyone's a Wally. Griffin, oh god. You know what? I've said this before. I was a massive Tony Crowther fan, but having revisited his games more recently, I would have to say there are very few games that he's written on the C64 that I actually think are any good. I love Loco. I can just about wear Suicide Express. Blagger's all right, but that's about it. Controversial, I know. I mean, his games for the time were good. You know, I mean, he was knocking out games in the really early days. But you look at them now, and I don't think they've aged particularly well. Anyway, horrors of horrors. My copy of Tony Crowther's latest Griffin contains a major bug. It comes into play when you reach level 2. Not that I would ever find that. The surreal city. Suddenly the Griffin can't fly and there are no gold bars to collect. According to Quicksilver, only a couple of hundred copies contain the bug. They say it cropped up on the first production run because of corrupted disc. There we go. Excuses, excuses. What's this? Visitors to the LET show in London during February may have been impressed with Firebird's demonstration of their new masterpiece Elite only a matter of weeks after they had secured rights to the game. What they may not have known is that the version on show was loaded into the C64 from a BBC? How is that possible? Wait a minute, they loaded the Commodore 64 version from a BBC. This was made possible by the Firebird Special Cables Department. Purchasers of the finished version will be relieved to know that the game now loads in direct. I don't really understand that. Great Ideas Department suggested to the editor the other day that he could print a map of task set CAD-CAM Warrior. After all, with 8,000 locations to wander around, there must be an awful lot of players out there, lost players out there. So we rang up task set to see if they had one we could use. We tried to produce a map, but couldn't. Why not? Because the game is three-dimensional. It can't be clearly represented on a flat surface. James Scowler dies. Those who enjoy playing Elite 64 this month. That's interesting. Ox, all copies of Griffin contained the bug. It was only recently fixed. This month's gold medal game will be sad to hear of the death of the man responsible for bringing it onto the 64. James Scowler, publisher of Firebird Games, died in March of a heart attack. Bloody hell. Again, look at all this black and white. I bet you thought this was all in colour. There is the most boring game ever. Jack Charlton's match fishing. Basically, the game is right. I'm going to load up the next. This one is called Me Here Cars. This is Mark Stoneman's take on the classic Gary Newman track. What was I saying? Yeah, Jack Charlton. It's basically a static screen of a river, and there's about dotted round the river bank. There are about, I think there's 8 fishing rods. They don't move or anything. Evening, Trev. How are you, mate? They don't move or anything, and everybody sits around the keyboard with their finger on, I think we'll say 1 to 8. And if you get a catch and you're number 2, you press 2, and then you reel the fish in. That is it. You sit and just wait for something to happen. Then again, I suppose that's like real fishing. So what do I know? Commodore tell me they still have no plans to cut the price of the 64, despite the fact that Boots are selling it for £150. Bloody hell, £80 below the recommended price. The Boots move followed Commodore's decision to slash the price of the Plus 4 to well below that of the 64. Boots appear to have concluded that the 64 would not sell unless it was brought into line. Commodore's Dave Compkins confirmed to me that Boots cannot be making any real profit in the 64 at that price, but he doubted Boots would no longer stock the 64 once their present supply runs out. If they sell home computers, they have to sell the 64. It's as simple as that, he says. All the music that you're hearing tonight, apart from the first couple of tracks, are by my mate Mark Stoneham, Colin. Brian Jack's exhaustion test, Superstar Challenge. That was a complete bastard of a game. It was quite a good game, but it's difficult. I liked Pajama Rama. That appealed to me. Don't know why, but I was never really a fan of Everyone's a Wally. Now, Microgen actually released a game. I don't know if it came out, but they were going to release a game that actually had to have an extra bit of hardware. Brian Bloodaxe. Bloody hell. Jesus. Quite an iconic cover, that, actually. Right, this next track is again by Mark Stoneham, and it's called No Idea. I'll tell you one thing, the Edge seem to like giving you value for money. I mean, Quo Vadis had 1,500 screens, this has got 1,700. Some of you may recognise that track. You could win a 1541. Right, I'm not playing this. I don't like this game at all. I do love. I mean, you know what I think of Super Pipeline 1 and 2. Seaside Special. It was a bit pants. Even Morton didn't like it. Look at him. Right, we're going to play this. Again, look at all the glorious black and white. BC's Quest for Tyres. Alright, it's going to jump. Hang on. Web dimension is going to jump onto. There we go. Because that was like 2 screens put together. Value for money. US software showing usage. I thought it was lovely. I think it's probably BC's Quest for Tyres. Right, let's get this loaded. I'll just pause that for a second. BC. BC's Quest for Tyres. There we go. You gotta love the name. Programmed by Chuck Benton. Very, very basic, like sort of presentation, but right. Let's go. It must be the. I've got to say, I've been using this Denise emulator for a couple of weeks now, and it's really good. Really, really good. Quite enjoying it. Control swap ports. Yeah, there's just something really appealing about the graphics. He's quite cute, but not in a cutesy way, if that makes any sense. I think this is based on a cartoon. I'm sure Dale Boy will be able to tell us. I'm sure there's a cartoon strip called BC's Quest. I don't know if it's called BC's Quest for Tyres. This is always a wee tricky, but I've never really quite... Hey! Yeah, that can be tricky sometimes. Oh, bollocks. Forgot to jump. I pushed up. I absolutely pushed up there, folks. That's annoying. Oh, for Christ's sake. And just get in line with him, and then he'll carry over. And it plays a wee tune, it goes doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. There we go, there we go, there we go. Right, well, Next time I die, we'll put something else on. Ah, bollocks. I thought I was going to stop there. Anyway, yeah, that's a great game. Good fun. Wonderboy 1200 for the Zzap mag. When you say, Paul, should there be I backed the large A4 annuals, Zzap, Crash, and I think was it Fusion, but I've not received them yet. Do you know, are they still getting sent out, mate? If you can maybe let me know. Right, options. How are we doing for time? I'm going to call it an end at 9:30, folks, because I'm up for work tomorrow. So, and I'm sure lots of you guys are as well. We don't want to do that. We want to reopen this. Web Wars. I don't think it was as bad as people gave it. I was going to say gave it credit for. I don't think it's that bad. Yeah, that's. I don't know. I'll need to contact Chris Wilkins. What's this? Durrell. What is this? Shades. I don't remember this game. Looks a wee bit like. I was going to say it looks a wee bit like Hero. Don't be misled by the cassette blurb. Although being a 3D animated real-time adventure, this is a very slow, badly animated Valhalla variant. Unless you love Valhalla, yeah, Valhalla was not good. Oh, thanks, Trev. Maybe I'll still get mines, mate. Brian Jack's Superstar Challenge. I'll tell you what, he did have an epic off hair that Permy has. That was awesome. Winning's not the most important thing. It's the only thing. I bet his kids must have had a bloody hard time. Arm dip. You know what? I'm going to load this up just for a laugh. Cheers, John. Take care, man. Brian Jacks. There we are. Yeah, I love these cassette things. I've got the loading screen, and then you just press space, and then instant loading. I'm going to be absolutely pants using this. This is not the right tiny joystick for a joystick waggler. Yeah, and it's just literally it's a joystick waggler. I think I'm at the top. I mean, the animation is not bad. Brian Jacks, he did judo. He was an Olympic judoist. And then there was a program called the Superstars, which was on BBC, and it was all like the famous sportsmen of the day, footballers, rugby players, athletes, and they would all take part in this. This was bloody hard. Kind of like hyper sports. Well, this is a computer, I think, and he always got the ball. It says bullseye. Boom! There you go. Have it. How can we get to fire at the furthest away one? Computer. Oh, didn't get a bloody thing with that time. Yeah, we get this one. Whoa. Right, anyway, listen, I digress. Let's we've only got another 10 minutes, 8 minutes. Right. So remember that, folks, winning's not the most important thing, it's the only thing. So if you're pants at anything, then give up, because it's a waste of time. Bounty Bob Strikes Back. Yeah, brilliant game. Let's see what Morton has to say about it. Well, there's Gary Penn. Bounty Bob strikes up with a vengeance in this fantastic follow-up. Appearances can be deceptive, and that certainly holds true for this game. High score feature is brilliant and is the first instantly appealing point. The game itself needs some playing before discovering the finer points, such as the special messages. Never ever got that far, funnily enough. Once struck by this game, though, you'll never recover. What's Yaz saying about it? Government health warning should be issued with this. When I first started playing the game, I was instantly hooked. Now, 2 days later, I have hot and cold flushes, shaking limbs. Although the graphics aren't stupendous, there is something in it which will keep video game gamers frustrated and tantalized for weeks and weeks. This is one of the all-time classics. I think we need to have a shot of that, don't you? What do you think, guys? I think we do. What I'll probably do is, yeah, where are we? What page are we on? I think I'll continue with this next week. How's that? I think we've got 5 minutes. I'm going to close that down, and I'm going to continue with this next week. Excuse me very much. Right, what we're looking for. Oh, hang on. I was going to put some. I've just closed down the music, but we're going to be playing a game now anyway. So, and we're looking for. I'm going to say, folks, how you liking your calendars? All 7 of you. I know Brian's missus absolutely loves hers. Right, what we're looking for. Bounty Bob Strikes Back. There we are. Whoops. Must be a fatal flaw there. Right, you got enough time to kill him, but not the 2 in the bottom. Again, you really want to. Need to move quick. You really want to use a proper joystick with this. Oh, come on. Oh, arse biscuits. You're going to have to make a move for it. Oof. Right, I'm going to go back and get that just now. Yeah, there is quite a vibrant Discord channel called Mamemeister. Now, it's that for a reason, because based around my my channel, I don't have a problem with people that take part, posting links to their own channels and that kind of stuff. Where I do draw the line is people simply posting other YouTube channels videos, because at the end of the day, there's an unwritten law in YouTube land. If you make videos, what you don't do is you don't go to somebody else's video channel and pimp your own video. But no, a good bunch, really good bunch. Be quick. That's it. You can relax. Now this, where you end up falling off here, you've got to be very, very careful. This is the bit that's tricky. This bit. Oh, wait a minute, I need to. Let's go down here first. I'm going to get that. I'm going to get him. I'm going to come down, kill him. Kill him. There we go. No, is that know, maybe a toilet roll holder that's off the wall. No, listen, Mark, guys like yourself, I don't absolutely have no issues at all with people. That's why I have it. It's for people to share their own stuff. But it's when people come in and just post links to other people's videos that I kind of don't really. You know what? I'm going to go up this way. But that's why it's there. There's a section called "Show Us Your Stuff" where my mates that have got YouTube channels, they can put them up. Pick up the shite. Oh, I thought some of them actually can be picked up. Right, now the thing is, this is the big jump. Oof, come on, don't make an arse yet. Ow, bollocks, there you go. Alright, you don't have to start at the very beginning, which is handy. Right. Oof. That's exactly like it, Colton. Bang on. Absolutely, yeah. Not got a problem at all with my friends sharing their own stuff, but don't pimp other channels because they don't do that for me. Right, this is going to be tough. Oof, that was lucky. That was really lucky. Do I want to come down here? Yeah, I probably do actually. Oh bollocks! I didn't mean to do that. I don't know. Mark, ask Ox. I've been using it for a couple of weeks now, well, about a week actually, and it's really good. I think it's meant to be the one that people are actually moving across to. It's just it just works. It just works really, really good. I'm enjoying it. I need to leg it. Oh, I'm gonna run out of time. I'm gonna run out of time. No, 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 no. Oof. Denise seemed to lack options. What kind of options are you talking about, Paul? What am I wanting to do here? Right. Right, okay. Shit. Need to move it. Oof. Right, let's go down here. Thought I was going to die there, actually. Yeah, I've not used it much, but from what I gather, it seems to be a nice emulator. At the end of the day, Vice is a great emulator, so you know, don't change for the sake. Right, this is going to be tricky. Oh, don't kill me now. Please don't. Hey! Where am I? I can't. Oh, bollocks. I didn't even know where I was there. Right, I'm struggling to see where I'm supposed to be. Kill him. Pick up the shite. Even Mr. McMeepants. Listen, I never ask you to, I never ask you to smash that like button or hit the bell or any of that bollocks. You know exactly, what you want. And here is the best bit of this game. A little, well, that's not true. The game itself is great, but this is easily the best high score table that you'll ever see. Now, this isn't the best bit. You use a little bulldozers, right? Where's E? There's E there. And then you go to that, you go along to end, and then this is the best bit. The little birds pick up your name and pop it in. How cool is that? Oh, they're all fighting for it. Oh, purple bird's got it. There we go. And you get a nice little tune as well, I think. You know what? It's simple, but it's a great game. Really, it's good. So anyway, listen, I'm going to get going. I've got work tomorrow, unfortunately. I'm going to move that over there so I can see it, and then I'm going to stop sharing the screen like so. Right, listen, folks, thank you very much for tuning in tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. I always enjoy that when especially when I've got company with people like yourself. Yeah, I hope you all have a decent week, and there will be, there's going to be a video coming out tomorrow, and there's going to be one on Wednesday, and yeah, and then I'll be back, as always, for the Friday Waffle. Please keep the comments coming for the Friday Waffle, guys. I do require you guys, your input, because I've talked bollocks for such a long time. I've quite simply nothing left to talk about. Anyway, guys, until next time, take it easy.